just completely can take away vision of guys, even when he's 6-7 feet away.
Jackson going right at him, and he had that ball deflected, still hung on, and it goes in.
But Jackson 6'11", topping at 6'9" across the back. Good active hands.
By Mintz. Boston, there you go, the alley-oop, and Jackson throws it down with one hand.
Could you see him doing that in
time on ABC and ESPN Plus pay-per-view at 10 Eastern Time? The UFC 258 main card. That's Usman and Burns, which means if that's Saturday, yeah, it's just one of those things you just don't see, so you got to let the people just enjoy it.
So let him go.
Shoot it. Vanover can do that, and he does. Connor Vanover knocks down another three, his second of the night.
He's such a unique kid, Vanover, and just loves ball. And he's an impact in this game tonight. Boy, that quick first step and covers a lot of. You have to.
Sarr 0 for 4. Vanover rattles one off the rim.
Wow. What a move by Isaiah Jackson. Just a freak athlete at 6'10", 6'11". I think he'll be a lottery pick. I think he'll have a long-term.
Aaron Spark back on the floor for the first time since December 26th for Kentucky as Isaiah Jackson launches an air ball. The other big story has been the shooting for Kentucky. 4 of 17 in the game. So
continues to commit 2 guys to the dribbler, allows the roll guy to come out freely and keep the offense going. That time it was a dude getting the first shot up.
Isaiah Jackson way too strong. Easy rebound.
Speed, recovery length, and recovery instincts.
Keon Brooks into the game as Mintz takes it into the paint, finds him, and he lost the ball on the way up. Then he tried to throw it off Adu, and he succeeded.
Because he can erase mistakes on the defensive end, and he's always a factor flying around on the offensive glass. He can ISO and rip drop. The building could see what Isaiah Jackson was going to do with that ball. Never even sold any type of a shot fake. Just got himself low and said, I'm going to drive it. Good job by Mississippi State to read it. There's the catch.
Right, Martin told us earlier today, biggest concern for him, rebounding and keeping Isaiah Jackson, who has the ball now, off that offensive glass. And just like that, Jackson puts it back. Jackson quickly up with it. He knocks it down, and you can see the confidence he is playing with. Lawson 1 of 7 from the floor and 4 points. Good pass, Toppin and Jackson. He was met at the rim. Good defense. Second time with a follow with a left.
It's his eyes and how good he...
Quinterly just barely edged out J.D. Note for Arkansas for the 6th man of the year. They both have been so good. Moses Moody's a freshman of the year. I know Cam Thomas has scored all the points, but that guy impacts winning at a high level. I think it's a very close. There's no guarantee at Kentucky. The only guarantee at Kentucky is the expectations that you're supposed to win and the pressure that you feel. And Roy Williams felt it last year, 6-14 in the ACC this year. But this is uncommonly low for Kentucky. So specifically to Kentucky right now, and what they do going forward. John Calipari has been caught without a guard that can go deeper, as we need to wrap this up and move on in terms of, are we making sure we're getting our kind of guys? And again, do we have a breakdown guard? That's what Cal has always had. That's when he's been at his best. And Kermit spoke with him on the phone yesterday because Boston Smith had a horrific car accident when he was 18 years old 3 years ago. And it has been a miracle to watch this kid, according to Kermit, fight through rehab, thing in life. And I just want to tell you that I love you from afar. I appreciate you. And Kermit Davis absolutely fell in love with you in that phone call. And man, you keep fighting, you keep battling what you're going through, my man.
Boston, the penetration, nice play, and there's Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, you call for the lob to the big. You know,
this
with
goes back to that
top.
active 1-3-1. Worked in the first half. This time it's Isaiah Jackson. That's too deep, and he's too good.
Yeah, too quick.
Deion Brooks finds Jackson in the paint. So hard to stop. He went up and almost dunked that off the backboard. The SEC Women's, Men's, and the ACC Network for all the ACC men's and women's tournaments as well. Check them out on those two networks. Jackson battles and can't come down with it.
Fun experience. We make low-maintenance bicycles for everyday riders. We were coming off a great year, and when the pandemic hit, it just stopped. We really had to think creatively. Teams allowed us to do.
Behind that arc, he's a 40% career three-point shooter.
That's his 45th of the year. Here's Boston on the other end, rattle one out. And inside the score by Jackson, who was quiet offensively in the first. Jackson on the drive, lays it up with the left hand.
And this is to get right into your action and attack. See, this is being on your heels.
Here's Jackson playing with 4 fouls, but trying to go to the rack and does.
There you go.
Isaiah Jackson
Just needs to eat something, and then they'll be a little less crunchy.
Yeah. Sonic Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
Someone woke up on the wrong side.
Kentucky. He's got to play intelligently about it.
Here he is. Isaiah Jackson pulls up, and Jackson tap out of bounds.
And where
Must have going to stay in that zone, Ravi. It's a 2-3 zone. Sometimes they stack those guards up top and overplay a little bit. Can't get careless with the ball.
Watch the left line on them. They have a height advantage with Jackson underneath. They don't elect to go there. Good ball movement. Boston high arcing three, and it falls. And Kentucky, almost as strange as it is to say, Illinois just blew out Michigan. Didn't see that coming. Our starting five for Kentucky: Devin Askew, Davion Mintz, Brandon Boston, Isaiah Jackson, and the man who just made a nice shot, Olivier.
Be passing. Bodies and the ball have to move. Good cut there. There's a nice wink side look.
And an open three.
That is textbook.
And Scottie Pippen Jr. handled it all very well. He had 18 points and 8 assists.
Yeah, Vandy only had 9 turnovers the entire game in the first meeting at Rupp Arena. They've already got 7.
The home team to run, and this Mississippi State team will run with Molinar and DJ Stewart leading the way.
Another open three, and that time knocked down by Mintz, who came in.
Involved early in the first half.
They got to make hay now against the man-to-man here, I think. Nice pass.
Jackson, a little extra look to Saw.
Good start.
Boom.
Having trouble again.
And Ryan has it knocked away. Jackson. The glass, it's good. Clark is able to lay it in. It's a 1-point.
To score off of the transition run. They have struggled with that this year so far. They get that ball reversed. Bam, bam. Let it fly.
John Wall, ball screen, or P.J. Washington on the left block. And for this year's team, it has not come forth yet. He says it's going to be a game-to-game decision. What's been working for us is how I have to go with my gut calls. Carl, I've been impressed today with Kentucky, how hard they have cut in this game. And that's another reason why they have a high assist rate. They're making shots.
Man-to-man, you got to move. Good hands that time by Bufflin. He knocked it right off of Jackson's leg, and a turnover for Kentucky.
And again, with that, you're looking to cause the offense to think, to be a little tentative, and you see that happening for the first time with Kentucky right there.
And the steal inside. There's Mintz. Haven't had a lot of concern about the shot clock by either team today.
Jeremiah Reminder, your shot clock on the offensive glass reset to 20, so it's already down to 6. Into the offense. Askew and a foul called.
Boy, Cal was frustrated. They were trying to set a play.
Turnovers have been whittled in this game. Not perfect, but
Carolina better with what was an offensive pick. Oh my God, that one Jackson again.
Justin Smith. And off and a tick. There's Jackson, block number 1. He averages just under 3 a game. Hey, Devin Askew knocks down a 3. His first 3 points of the game right in front of the Kentucky bench. Askew limited in the first half. Wondered if there was anything physically wrong. And according to for his first 2. That ball deep. Jackson with a block. And a run out for Kentucky.
The side of Dante Allen and force his defender to make a decision.
Post 3, no good. We'll keep it here. They're going to call Sarr on the foul as Adu went after it.
This, even after a good year as a head coach, you evaluate almost everything in your program. After a losing year, you evaluate every single thing in your program, your philosophy, yourself.
So Kentucky, its first lead in forever. Isaiah Jackson with the block. Look out. Muffin turned around, saw he had a... Ole Miss, a little out of sorts on this trip down. Take it inside. Jackson with another block.
Tony Padilla again over at the score table taking a closer look at this.
Let's take a look.
And now the officials have said it is a 2-point.
There you go.
Affordable Cigna Medicare Advantage plan with no monthly premium and no primary doctor copay. You get medical, dental, vision, and prescriptions all in one plan.
He's going to take the baseline jumper and then drops it back to Appleby. Appleby inside. Mintz stuffed it on it. And then Jackson stuffed it on it. Back to back.
Leaky Black looking to the post for Sharp. Sharp wants it. Right now back in it. He draws 2. Jackson gets the block. And then a foul committed.
Up 4-0.
pro prospect on this floor tonight. Moses Moody overall. Just that big, prototypical 6'6" wing that can flat out shoot it.
Quickly, his point total climbs. He's got 2 threes. He joined Boston with 12 and Sarr with 11.
The ball is moving much better. The question I have for Kentucky, and I asked Calipari this last night, when you get in a close game, and everybody knows about this cat, and you could put him on an NBA floor tonight and he would impact the game.
3 on the shot clock, and a hurry-up 3 from the corner is good. So Kentucky, its first lead in forever. Isaiah Jackson.
Lewis feeds the post, gets it right back. He'll try 3.
On this end of the floor, I'm looking to see how they execute. They got to move the ball, try to get Kentucky in rotation because Kentucky's such a great shot blocking team at the rim. And then on the defensive end, they got
clamoring a matchup with the Vols, but I don't think that they have reached their potential just yet. Maybe they will start doing that here in late February.
I think they have done a good job most nights managing on the top of the floor.
Season low, I should say, 11 points. Pippen with an open look.
5, penetration by Springer, gives it up, shot clock winding down, Pons has to hoist, off the rim, no good, and rebound.
Rattled all that much as you normally would playing against 20,000 fans.
Sarr misses on the rainbow delivery. Here's Cooper, had it stripped for a moment, kick it out. Can Thor go back to back? And this is the youngest team Bruce Pearl has ever had as a head coach. Cooper sets, in and out.
Basketball. Looks like they have done that a little bit at the defensive end, especially under the basket.
Auburn had lost 3 in a row to Baylor, Georgia, and Ole Miss. Kentucky an 8-point lead, 4.5 to play in this second half.
Small versus big right here with Jackson.
Cooper, a 3. 82-77.
Token pressure.
Get it in. Flanagan shoots the 3.
At that time. I mean, back then, that's a lot of years. That's 36 years ago.
I watched you. I was in grammar school back then when you were about 10 or 12 years into your broadcast. And there's a missed triple, but Isaiah Jackson on the follow.
Well, that's why he's rated so high by so many people. His athleticism is off. He was a high school hero in the state of Kentucky, but he got no PT. He got no playing time. Finally, the fans were all screaming. And a slide right to the foul line area.
Petty contested offensive rebound, Alabama. Alabama's 8th offensive rebound. Foul won't get it. Down to 12.
Yeah, he's trying to do his job as a leader. Trying to give the team a little lift and sit in that zone. Big gaps in that spin, Carl. Nothing. They were not part of that. The penalty was right. They penalized, and I agreed with all the other parts of the penalty. They gave a 10-year show to Lamont Evans, who took
strong, and the rebound down to Johnson. And Louisville just looking like a more complete team with both Johnson and Jones.
The hump.
On the floor every time out.
Cameron Thomas on the floor, number 24. For those just joining us, really good shooter. He thought about a 3, then he threw it up. Is he going to get?
Yeah, I'm sure he's trying to push the 4 right now.
Watford. Nope, that's in.
Absolutely. And the key with Boston is to get the ball on the move. If he gets it in the stationary spot and then has to attack, he's not near as effective. Not yet anyway. And Kentucky has capitalized on it by running right through the rotation to the offensive glass.
Watford in and out.
These teams in the country tonight took care of the ball. They're going to get a good win because of it.
He's got a handful unavailable tonight. Isaac McBride is out. Cleavon Brown is still out. Brayley Albert had an ankle injury. He's only available in an emergency situation.
A month and a half ago, early in the season.
Yeah.
And he's relying on Harvey to be 14 to 15 point scorer every night.
Hasn't happened yet, but other guys. Not sure what I think about those old Kentucky uniforms. Carolina's haven't changed much.
Left hand blocked.
That shows his versatility.
Offensive player. He's worked so hard on his offensive game, nearly doubled his points per game. His free throw shooting is a lot better. Reese has some size underneath. They kicked to Shackelford.
Boy, the shot really looks good. His brother at Kansas, also known as a shooter. They're not afraid to throw this kid in there 8 or 9 minutes of ball game. Missouri, the only teams with 5 quad 1 wins or more, and that's why Missouri's tracking right now that 4 seed. And Joe Lenard. And that's getting Sarr in the spot on the floor where he's most comfortable. He's a face-up guy that can drive you and knock down.
Jackson trying to get 4 on Tillman. Good defense that time, and Tillman, and a turnover for Kentucky.
We hear Cal scream, foul. Austin's game, to me, translates right now to the NBA. He is not a strong driver. I think the contact with
Pinson to the line, whether it was something that one of the Kentucky players said.
This kid, only Scottie Pippen Jr. for Vanderbilt.
That ball on the block. Pickett, runner. No good. Good board by Jackson.
Can you score right now in transition if you're Kentucky?
The senior out of Evansville, Indiana. 7 straight games in double figures. He had 21 against Auburn a week ago. And an 85%. A.T. Thor, physical presence, cut off on the baseline, and Auburn keeps moving the ball around the long 3.
Side action, but you know what? So do his other teammates. But at least this guy can put the ball in the basket.
He's got all 5 points for Kentucky. 3 ball, no good. Late. Kicks it, Jackson. That's off the iron. Ball on the floor, and it's Auburn coming away with it. Cambridge again.
Rolled into his leg, and then Topham took advantage of the situation. So I'm just going to step on the top of you. I don't know if it's a common foul was called on this.
It's not that for Danny Manning at Wake Forest.
Yeah, more of a face-up big for Kentucky. Long 3 on the way.
This is a good defensive lineup on the floor for Kentucky. Coach Cal now can go offense, defense.
Hand off and a tick. There's Jackson blocking the ball on the way up, and it's Vanover with a rebound. Tate pushes wide open, and a missed dunk on the other side.
3-point shooter in SEC play. And that was a guarded first side of the floor 3 by Boston.
Isaiah Jackson knocks down a 3. His first 3 points of the game right in front of the Kentucky bench. Askew limited in the first half. 1 shot clock.
Dante Allen has to keep making hard scoring cuts. Yeah, drive it to his side.
10. Oh, Olivier Sarr, big bucket.
One of the most physical baskets we've seen out of Olivier Sarr this year.
At the SEC tournament, and Super Tuesday wraps tonight. The SEC tournament kicks next week. We know this. It's going to be unpredictable. The entire college basketball season has been unpredictable. Yes. Here's Schuler picked up by Isaiah Jackson. Give and go. Pretty move. That ball transfer next year. Do you go for some of the older guys with a voice who maybe are more talented than the ones you brought in? Recruiting, he's great at. Ole Miss, a little out of sorts on this trip down. Take it inside.
Another pick for Mann. DeRougie against Jackson, and Jackson bumped him. Almost the midway point of the first half, second half, I should say.
Mann's really been solid with this floor game today, Brad.
And again on the drive, draws a problem for him the second half. Scoring hasn't been. Turnovers have been an issue. Castleton, kick out. Appleby gave up a 3. The drive, and it blocked.
That kid, watching him. Pretty good defense by him as well. Wow.
Hand off and a tick. There's Jackson blocking him. And a run out ahead of the field. Buxton now 1-on-3. Got banged and he still makes the bucket. No foul. Yep. Try to get it inside. A dude right over Jackson.
Just a simple sprint out ball screen. Let the defense take the...
And it ends up in the hands of Stewart. He's got 6 on the shot clock. Adu uses that body.
Created by Ben Hallen in his offense. Drive it with a throwback behind. You knew it was coming. It was a set play. Drive it. Adu set the screen. Race behind. Rise and fire.
Down for Keon Brooks.
Where is A.J. Lawson offensively for South Carolina in this game?
Trey Hannibal finds that. Mentioned the fact that 4 of them will get top 8 seeds, and there they are: Michigan, Illinois, Iowa, and Ohio State.
In recruiting, how he's branded his product, all those things. I will say this. I'm saying that because I think he understands this.
Ole Miss, a lot of sorts on this trip down. Take it inside.
Take the baseline jumper and then drops it back to Appleby. Appleby inside. Mintz stuffed it on. And then Jackson stuffed. Move it around the perimeter to man on the baseline. 9 to shoot. Man on the drive up.
Half a dozen blocks for the Wildcats so far. Strong take and a reverse layup is good. And the 4-3 of the game for Kentucky.
Down the stretch.
12 of those points in the second half, too.
Off the entry.
No place to go there.
Denied, and it's Jackson. He's got the... Kentucky opens up a 6-point lead. Springer, nice look. Pons misses on the short one. Back-to-back wins for Kentucky, including last weekend over Auburn. Springer swatted out of there by Jack. Let's get back defensively. Here's Bailey for Tennessee. Wraparound feed. Fulkerson the catch. Bank in and out.
But it's a sequence of events.
Yeah.
It's the chemistry on the offense that you're looking for and searching for as Kentucky continues to work at it. Nice pass.
Did Flanagan get away with a walk is the question.
Obviously around 10 seconds and under.
Cooper against Toppin. Penetrates, fades, and hits.
Trying to get on track, get him some flow to his game, and especially if he can shoot the ball like that, that would be a big plus.
Thor goes in. Knock around. Johnson gets it back for Flanagan. 10 to shoot.
Well, the zone has been just enough right here in one possession to get Auburn thinking, what kind of defense was this?
Cooper shifting gears, so they will not be a part of the SEC tournament or the NCAA tournament. Jump shot doesn't go. Follow also off the mark, but off.
Some shooters and space them out.
Kick, ball fake. Moore for Thor. And no.
Now all of a sudden they're dragging the ball to the middle of the floor, driving it to the ball, and then kicking it out. Much easier way to shoot the basketball.
12-2. Obviously, every team is going through this, but when you're churning through new freshman after new freshman, continuity is such a big key.
Play for Kentucky.
Yeah, that's the amazing part. Askew is forced to shoot it on a busted play, and he connects. Foul called as Cooper. Step back, Jay. Rims out. Rebound battle. Scooped up. Thor turns. And under 2 minutes to play. Auburn down by 4 to Kentucky. Cooper needs help. Lob it in. Thor turns. Banks it in. The flush.
Yeah, what a great answer by Kentucky just then. One that they obviously needed.
Cooper gets it.
Obviously, Cooper, who has had some troubles driving it to the middle of the lane, he's a guy who's going to probably be featured.
It's Cooper.
Wow.
Reach.
Towards the basket. Don't settle for a bad shot here. If you can get a quick one going through the hoop, take it.
Taking time, though. 15 seconds. Cooper inside. Reverse no. Slam follow. Won't go.
A triple since January 12th against Alabama.
Wow.
Terrific pace to this game so far, though. End-to-end action. Both teams are attacking the basket, and Johnson tries to do it again. And they just feel like it's so close to tournament time that it probably wouldn't be adjudicated. before the NCAA tournament. And the calendar would just...
Best resale value brand, 2020 lowest 5-year cost to own brand, and most trusted brand for 6 consecutive years.
That's Ulis and Booker. I mean, come on. 4 guards like that. I mean, you don't... Oh, look at the layup. Oh, my God, Carl. There's no
The future is bright with Nate Oates. His recruiting class has been good. He's got some upperclassmen here. Herb Jones into the paint, and that's a walk.
Also name if we had a tournament last year, because I'm telling you, Dayton would have had a great chance to win that national title.
Jones had that blocked as
almost Sexton as well.
Yeah. Petty deep into the paint, left hand, that misses, so Petty off. Few cuts, finger roll, he gets it to go, and he's looking for a foul.
Yeah, really a violent cut out of Askew, and I haven't seen Kentucky make a lot of it. Certainly our thoughts and prayers continue to be with him. Hoping to see him back on the floor one of these days. And man, what a beautiful kid and a terrific player. He wants to be a financial advisor one of these days when basketball is over for him. But he 12 and white, is a 10 out of 10 in terms of a team. And for a big guy, can you catch it? And then can you play off the catch?
Pinson right by Askew, high off the glass. Still will pick up his second. Jacob Toppin not available for Kentucky tonight. He's out, so Ware getting a lot more minutes.
Minutes tonight. I would. Yeah. Let's try to find out by Saturday why the Browns spell their last name Braun, and how many times has this guy in his life had to say this and sprints to the scoring part of the floor. That slot 45 really sets up well for a shooter's eyes or a non-shooter's eyes. In the case of Boston,
Xavier Johnson's been outstanding. 28 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. More importantly, though, Ravi, the man of your stature. There's no way you were out there 6 times.
So they've done their homework, and now the test is getting ready to come.
Pinson, tough pass, good hands from Isaiah Jackson.
Keep going.
Best player for Kentucky down the stretch. The key for him, and for Kentucky keeping him on the floor and out of foul trouble. Kentucky has not had one of those games where
Kentucky belongs. John Calipari gave us a number that would be key for.
He works without the ball.
Pippen on the drive.
It's just a different feel for substitutions.
Yeah.
And plus, Vanderbilt's benches are usually on the bench.
To your point, they have held Vanderbilt from behind the arc to just 4 of 21.
Back-to-back wins for Kentucky, including last weekend over Auburn. Springer swatted out of there by Jack.
And some inside-outside play here.
Fulkerson, ball fake, takes it in on Jackson. Double team comes, fade away, no. Yeah. Nothing that intricate either.
No, just a simple set down, and they're running him plays for his 7 to 10-foot jump shots.
And this is the youngest team Bruce Pearl has ever had as a head coach. Cooper sets in and out. Kick Flanagan.
Stepping away, just giving him that shot a little bit. Now look for the drive.
Shot clock winding down. Flanagan, the floater. Obviously, every team is going through this, but when you're churning through new freshman after new freshman, continuity is such a big key.
Stuff given this team enough to defend.
Boston went one-on-one, and he's able to knock that shot down.
You don't find those every day. It's like Duke with Zion Williamson and those companies. That's a different breed. These kids come in, they're
very little post offense for Kentucky. When they've tried it, it's been pretty successful. They just haven't tried it very often.
And Clark.
The bench play or the guys not in the game extremely important because they can give their team juice and energy by their enthusiasm.
Allen and force his defender to make a decision.
Post 3, no good. We'll keep it here. They're going to call Sarr.
To be tippable. Empty side ball screen here by Carolina. Goes side to side to dive to the box. Pretty, huh?
Clamoring a matchup with the Vols.
For Davion Mintz.
Coppin and Mintz each with one foul for Kentucky. And they go inside again. There's Jackson with that left hand. Oh, Olivier Sarr, big bucket.
One of the most physical baskets we've seen out of Olivier Sarr this year.
Rescue will not start for Kentucky as they open up in a man-to-man. We also will not see Jermaine Couisnard, who suffered a rib injury.
Almost the midway point of the first half, second half, I should say.
Man's really been solid with this floor game today, Brad.
And again on the drive, draws a...
To stay on Walton. See if they get a post up on his side.
Walton knocked away by Jackson, so Walton trying to drive, ends up turning and
Nothing.
That ball deep. Jack. Yeah, Jackson decided I'm not going to foul here.
No, Ben Howland is sending. Ben Howland has set the rule.
Jackson got beat on the baseline. He gets the foul, and Tolu Smith goes to the free throw line. They are killing them inside the paint.
About it today. The same thing goes right now for Cal, for Roy Williams at North Carolina, Coach K, Izzo, Boeheim. Those guys have not met the standard.
I did like Mike Schmidt's description. He's a pogo stick. We saw it there. The problem for 51 in the last 4 minutes of regulation. White, Jackson playing with foul.
Appleby has to pull up and try to get it down on the base. Wide open, and he buried it. And Kentucky back in front by 2.
Jump up.
Castleton fades over Jackson.
1990, Bob Wenzel, our colleague, was the head coach. I actually called that conference championship game
and I called
at the rack.
Leaky Black looking to the post for Sharp. Sharp wants it. Right now back in it. He draws 2. Jackson gets the block.
On the
Omaha and you guys with Texas, do we complicate things as sports fans? Is it pretty easy how you come up with these names for these plays?
You know, the most important thing is what do the players
walking down the hallway.
Once a year, Arkansas comes out of timeout in a stacked zone, knowing that Cal called a timeout, drew up a man-to-man play most likely, and says, fine, I see and I'll...
Knocks down a 3, his first 3 points of the game right in front of the Kentucky bench. Askew limited in the first half. Wondered if there was anything physically wrong And according to the Kentucky
15 turnovers a game. They're already at 10. Can they keep that turnover below their average so far this year? If so, I think they'll win. If they get to that 15th or 16th turnover, Kentucky will be right rough.
That is win or else. Monday night Eastern Time, 8 Central, right here on the SEC Network. Well, back here, Jimmy, 60-50. So let's just you play the role of the coach. Which five?
And Tolu Smith just eats it up. Boom. You officiate the defense. Officials get their eye on the defender, Ravi, when the drive's taking place. Keep your eyes on that defender who initiated the contact. With a throw back behind, you knew it was coming. It was a set play. Drive it, Adu set the screen, race behind, rise and fire, 1-point game.
Less than 2 minutes to go. The first meeting, a double over in South Carolina. Sarr can launch, and he does. Knocks down a three from straight away. Olivier Sarr is 47% three-point. Another three. He is on fire. 15 points. Find him again. And today he's 6 of 10. He is still 6 of now 11 as he threw up an air ball. A timeout cooled him off.
I don't know why he decided to lean back on his jump shot. And that's why he came up short. What I did, I came up heads for Nate Oates, tails for Eric Musselman. I go with Nate Oates. Both of those guys have done a tremendous job. You look at Alabama sitting there as a 2 seed. Arkansas right now, a chance to move up.
He clearly went over with no intention of fouling, and his arms came down on Bryant, and he was given the foul. So, Bryant, free throw shooting. Year, do you go for some of the older guys with a voice who maybe are more talented than the ones you brought in? Recruiting, he's great at. To me, this is a miss year. You had a bad year, but if you're only going to
everything's on the table. Transfers, high school players, international guys, but I think the conversation will go deeper as we need to wrap this up and move on in terms of our coming out of that league. We'll fight it right now to get open. May have to second half. A good job. Yeah, really well done by Ole Miss.
Breakdown on defense. They get away with it as the layup was missed by Jarkel.
Tentative, and you see that happening for the first time with Kentucky right there.
And the steal.
See, that's what I'm talking about. When you have an opportunity to get to the basket, you've got to concentrate on scoring
shots.
You're exactly right, Brad. He had a good look.
That was a tough three.
Yep.
Jackson rebounds with authority on that one.
Like, I wanted to start the rumor. Sharp keeps it alive. Kick out. Love, no three. Jackson wins the fight for the board. And now Askew pulls up. Leaky Black looking to the post for Sharp. Sharp wants it. And now back in it. He draws two. Jackson gets the block. And then a foul committed by Sharp.
Yeah, a little giveaway.
Anytime you're in a sentence, Mr. Jameson.
Yeah.
Bodes well. Jackson has the board off the miss from Baycott.
He played with a lot of energy, that kid, too. Love watching his.
Lately.
Shot clock under 5 on the opening possession. A fade and fire. Tough look that time for Dessou. Farmridge starting 5 for both squads. First
Posts up tonight. How hard he works for position inside, because that alone has added value to creating space around the three-point line. Because now you got to bring some help when a 7-footer can run on their defensive assignments. See, here's a mismatch right here. Dessou has got Askew on him.
Jackson lost it, thought he was fouled from behind by
to cut that double-digit lead.
Askew, full throttle. That is the first assist for Pippen. He just scored his first points at the free throw line. And all of a sudden, Vanderbilt, who it feels like they've been just complete.
It's just a different feel for substitutions.
Yeah.
And plus, Vanderbilt's benches are usually on the baseline anyway.
Right. Meanwhile, Mintz
is just flowing to them. They're not in a hurry to take a shot.
Jumper doesn't go for Keon Johnson. Kentucky clears the rebound.
And it's pretty clear that Kentucky's going to outshoot them from the perimeter right now.
To Johnson, 6 to shoot.
Got to go in a hurry.
Fulkerson, too strong.
Well, they had some opportunity down low, and Fulkerson caught that ball. Tipped by Johnson. Going to stay that way. See the first 2 or 3 sets. Where does Tennessee take the ball?
Bailey misses on the turnaround. Here's Bailey for Tennessee. Wraparound feed. Fulkerson the catch. Bank in and out.
And Fulkerson just getting his shot off there just a little quick. I think he's still looking for a defender.
Bailout. It's Springer. Lines it up. High arcing jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound. It's Jackson.
Toppin's down too. He got smacked up the back of the head, I believe.
Yep.
Game, and especially if he can shoot the ball like that, that would be a big plus.
Thor goes in. Knock around. Aking Bola could not get a clean shot off.
3 Kentucky hot block. Yeah. That was a trip just then with confidence and a little more positivity.
And they needed that bucket. Thor off the rim. Rebound cleared by Jackson. Under 2 minutes to go in this first half.
Well, the zone has been just enough right here in one possession to get Auburn thinking, what kind of defense was this?
Cooper shifting gears, lost it going to the rim because Sarr was there defensively. And Kentucky can. We mentioned the big one, 2019 NCAA tournament overtime win for Auburn in the Elite Eight. Jump shot from Cambridge, short.
Good work too by Askew, just sticking around.
Follow goes. Jackson was by himself on the weak side. And it's coming the other way.
Go to the middle of the floor if you can. Hoop, take it.
Taking time, though. 15 seconds. Cooper inside. Reverse no. Slam follow. Won't go for Williams. Kentucky's got it. And a foul called.
But she didn't beat me today.
That's good. That's a stubbornness of you. You lose 11 straight matches and you're still out there trying to win. Here comes Kentucky. Davion Mintz. He'll launch a 3. We'll try to get an update from the sports information director there. That's a potentially huge story tonight for Alabama.
But it's a major tournament.
It's just not a wheelbarrow big enough for me to take your check, deposit in the bank.
Struggling.
Bruno looks like he twisted an ankle. He's
eligible. He would be number 1. But right now he has not played to that kind of a reputation.
Sarr with a turnover. Davis misses the long jumper, and a strong rebound by Jackson, another one of the freshmen for Kentucky. And 4 rebounds. Nobody else had more than 3. Again, a low-scoring game between these two. Williamson with a runner rejected by Jackson. That's what he does best.
Give it back to
Cardinals in the double bonus.
Look at a diagonal pass. Guy on the box, and there's the layup.
Charlie Jones.
Boy, that was beautiful from Davis. He got rid of the ball in a heartbeat, and then Davion.
Adolph Rupp. So Basil Hayden, who, by the way, if you're wondering, for you bourbon lovers out there, it was his paternal great-great-grandfather who was the Basil Hayden.
Second half, there were 8 offensive rebounds for Ohio State. 4 of them on the baseline.
Tough angle.
We've got both offenses now kind of stalling these last 4 at one point. Ryan, Joe go for 3, no good.
That's a favorite play of those ball screen. Double high.
Mac Ryan for 3, no good again. 0 for 8 from beyond the arc. They're like Kentucky was in the first half.
All of a sudden, the Magic
come back the other way.
It's an interesting decision by Will Wade to press Kentucky in this game. Kentucky not a great three-point shooting team, so when you press, you allow them to get some open look.
Gotcha. Another miss, so we're not seeing the red-hot Cameron Thomas to start this game. His own rebound. Thomas, tough shot. That's way off. No foul. You heard Will Wade yell foul. And Kentucky helped by the ball off of the day, and he just missed one. And a run out. Thomas, high arcing baseline, no good. Two teams got cold here in the last minute. Watford, nope, that's in and out. And a rebound to Jackson. Right. Javante Smart Plenty of time on the shot clock and an ill-advised fadeaway three.
Taking some hard shots, haven't they?
Yeah.
LSU in this game. What will Will Wade do with his defense now? We talked about it all game. He's got some different pressures that he can come with. He missed a free throw, and now you just got to match up man-to-man.
Phone out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the junior, 6'7", 230.
The defender and gets that thing up with a wrist. That's really well done.
Thomas needs it. No
SEC,
good.
To me, the SEC Player of the Year right now.
Go. Gaines will shoot it. No good. And boy, has their shooting been awful from three. 4 of 20 tonight. Back that up with the performance again.
That way since the invention of basketball, Ravi. And if your best player is tough, competitive, selfless, vocal, mature, then your team's going to be that way. And Cal has gone all year.
Thomas now on the floor for Vandy. Looking to penetrate. Shot clock at 3. He'll hoist a 3. And it's ripped down by Jackson, who won the dunk contest.
And keep an eye on how spread the floor is for this Vandy squad.
Jackson on the glass.
By Toppin, Dick Friedman's up in the corner.
Pippen trying to answer. Ball fake. Left it short. Jackson the board. Pippen trying to reach in. He's got 4.
Consistent.
Right. And this is, you know, in fact, both of these schools, as Petty misses a 3, have been so used to great point guard play. You got Kyra Lewis coming out of here, the long lineage of good Alabama.
Omar Sexton as well.
Yeah. Petty deep into the paint, left hand, that misses. So Petty off to a bumpy start offensively.
An open look, nobody there, and he goes taking a wild shot in the lane.
Speaking of wild shots, Primo not a good 3. How about 4 of 14 from three-point land now? And after that,
they're being the hunted team right now, man. They've been the hunter, but now they're being hunted.
Quickly continues to try to force things and
Coach at Kentucky, and he's one of 5 guys on the planet, by the way, alive that have ever done it. Until you've been in that spot, you just don't understand. And what John Calipari does as well as anyone, he keeps it off his guy Golden, not to foul and throw up a big red wall. Make it tough too, pat him on the butt, say let's go on.
Francis misses a 3, down with a rebound, Jackson. We've got a good 15 minutes of basketball here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boy, they just have so much length at almost every spot on the floor.
Yeah, the recovery length and recovery speed, Dan, of Kentucky is outstanding.
Floor, each of them had to sit for a while with a couple of fouls. That would really help. Francis gets a good look. And they're now 2 for 13 from three-point range.
And when Kentucky continue to make your layups, make your free throws, you win the game. Every time.
Good look, Gilliard. Boy, and the Richmond bench, or the chairs as it is today, all the players, ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Boy, there's been so much basketball the last few days. It's been great, hasn't it?
Absolutely it has. It's just so good. And again, to be grateful just to be in an arena, although we're 100 feet off days because of the stretch 4 and the stretch 5. And it eventually caught up with Chris Mooney's defense. He goes man to man, and they are very, very good at it.
And again, having an older...
You're looking at Tillman, who is a, 53% career free throw guy. We're struggling in the half court and only shooting 45% from the 2-part towards the point of the floor. Like Kentucky, you've got to get to the stripe.
Mark Smith misses an easy layup.
Makeable shots. I talked about it earlier. Kentucky only shooting 48% from the 2-point part of the floor. Make it 45%. Hard to win games like that, man.
Mintz.
Days when basketball is over for him, but he 12 and white, is a 10 out of 10 in terms of a team.
His ball's grabbed by Kentucky off the miss.
And then spot on the floor where he's most comfortable. He's a face-up guy that can drive you and knock down a 12, 15-footer.
A couple of misses out of the gate from Missouri.
why the Browns spell their last name Braun, and how many times has this guy in his life had to say this? It's pronounced Brown. You know, every time he goes somewhere with a roll
point game and a dangerous spot for Kentucky. 3-ball corner, no good. Fight for the rebound. Keon Brooks wins it. And then he ran out of bounds with it. And he had, if he looked, Davian Mintz just to his... Let's quickly get it back to Kevin Connors in our studio.
And Ravi, we want to let you know Oklahoma State TCU is underway right now on ESPN News. Projected #1 overall pick, Cade Cunningham.
Davion Mintz. And we know Dante Allen is the best three-point shooter. Not in the game. Mintz is the second best. And Brooks would be...
Good defense. The ball goes into the post. They double the post and make them kick it out. A contested jump shot. They clean up the glass, and now they're going to get off to the races.
Lock misfires, and the rebound cleared by Isaiah Jackson. 18 moments ago, man gives it up. DeRougie with 5 to shoot, muscles his way, but he comes up short.
Good offense to get the shot in the paint. You got to finish for B.J. Boston.
Nice drop off. Castleton, though, can't finish.
That was a very nice pass by Trayvon.
What was your best day in college?
I was in the 40s.
For a man that scored roughly, 2,700 points in your college career?
Somewhere around.
There, figure out.
Great hands by Scotty Lewis. Pushes the ball up in transition.
As Lewis had it batted away, and here come the Cats the other way. On the break, up and under.
JT Thor, physical presence, cut off on the baseline, and Auburn keeps moving the ball around the long three from Williams, who's a good shooter. Misses that one.
Just the first 3 possessions, Kentucky much more aggressive.
37 blocks on the season. Rebound fought for. Georgia comes away with it, and finally Jackson clears. Thought about it, took it, and missed it.
3 or 4 years. There's depth at the point guard position for Kentucky. There was some question about whether or not he would become the starter. And earlier today, when we had a Zoom conversation after shoot-around with Coach Cal, he said that, look,
off his shooters.
Nice mid-range jump shot by Boston Jr. now with 9 on 4 of 10 shooting after, quite honestly, a pretty slow start. Rebound deflected out of bounds off of Isaiah Jackson. It'll be Kentucky basketball.
Welcome, everyone, to Georgia. They started out terribly in their first 3 games from three-point range. Basically ranking 294. Terrible help defense, but there from nowhere, the block. Clark and Boston came in 0 for 19 from three-point land. That 3 no
came in, Ravi. Clark came in 0 for 8.
What's that like for you now?
You know, now that I'm retired, Carl, and working with you guys at ESPN, I get to be a fan, and, you know, being a fan right now at Georgia Tech.
No, he's still going to be a part of us. Tell us about your Georgia Tech experience as we're watching Jose Alvarado launch a 3 and miss another shot. What about your Georgia Tech experience? Another shot from the corner. His outside shooting is something that Kentucky was hoping would be something they could count on, but he missed there. Now Georgia Tech misses, and it's Clark.
Coolness about them today. They've had fight, they've had toughness, they've been connected on both ends of the floor.
Tough shot, Alvarado. Better defense that time from Askew. Get it down to 10 with
game where you can miss 4 or 5 in a row, and it really didn't matter. It matters now. You can't keep taking shots at this level and win games if you're okay going 1 for 6, 1 for 7. Clark answered
every year. That's unbelievable.
It is. 31 first-round picks overall in 11 years. The lob over the top for Abaji. They can't connect. And back comes Devin Askew. Kentucky will look to push. Garrett looking for help. Finds Abaji. Misses the 3. Jackson keeps it alive, and here comes Askew.
Simply say, thank you, Mr. Pentecost. His wife, Cindy, gave us $2 million. Mark Cuban with $500,000. And I'll tell you this, WWE, I can't say enough to Stephanie McMahon.
Program, they are on pause right now as well.
Tell you one thing, lacking for Kansas this year is going to be interior scoring. And that's what I'm going to miss Azubuike down in that box. Everything's going to have to.
And a big guy, they don't even have a real forward. They've got 5 perimeter players. Look at them, 5 out, nobody near the paint right now.
They played 5 guards against St. Joe's, and it really worked very effectively. And the bottom line, Dan, is the fact that Dayton would have made a lot of noise in the tournament. I really feel bad for all those Dayton fans that didn't get an opportunity to see that team chase a national championship. And I kept going off and off about Timmy's going to be a star. Not just a good player, a star. And if you don't believe me, pull a Warner Wolf and go to the tape, and you get that tape. Because I told you that. Guys like Hover and the kid Sheboy on the inside, those guys are very tough, hard-nosed players. You think about Texas Tech, you think about Baylor with their people inside.
Jackson one-on-one, he picks up the offensive foul.
Yeah, everybody in the building could see what Isaiah Jackson was going to do with that ball. Never even sold any type of a shot fake, just got himself low and said, I'm going to drive. Coach Cal and I talked about it today. The same thing goes right now for Cal, for Roy Williams at North Carolina, Coach K, Izzo, Boeheim. Those guys have not met the standard either this year, but this is uncommonly low.
Had the 2 personal fouls, though, so that cracked into his playing time.
3rd tie of the game. And Castleton threw it away.
Yep, waited too late.
Bailey comes to the ball, defended by Askew. Vescovi. Wow. Knocked out of there by Jackson. Boston has the angle. Takes it in for the flush.
I won't get you going on that. I will not, because I know that's a sensitive subject. There's some defense. See if Askew could turn it into offense or slow it down a little bit, because it was a one-on.
Football, I'm going to tell you this. Somebody better draft that kid Mac Jones high, because I see a young version, and I'm saying young, a young version of a Tom Brady that got good things here this afternoon.
And now Johnson turns it over. So Kentucky's defense coming out flying in 2022. And now Louisville stepping up again at the defensive end. Lob over the top. Jackson read it well and comes up with the steal.
His young team. See if he can just get them to go and play a little more loosely. But it's not easy when you get in conference play. You're playing against teams that are really good.
Well, a great steal by Jackson.
The field and what confidence that gives the young lead guard out front for Kentucky.
1-point lead, then a steal. Quick hands by the Wildcats. Looked like Jackson got his hands on it. A circus shot. Not sure exactly if that was the look they were planning on.
Yeah, it's degree of difficulty. So tough. Good active hands there again.
Jackson again sets up an easy touch.
Jones had that blocked. Isaiah Jackson is a blocking machine. He may get another opportunity, and he deflected that. So a great defensive stand by Jackson.
Yeah, he does anyone else I see night in and night out. So you got talented guys that absolutely just bring it. Is the hungriest pack of dogs we have in college ball right now is out of Waco, Texas.
Their ball.
Yeah, physical play. Don't let go of it. I mean, neither guy back down. And a good job by Doug Sermons to step in. Excellent play. He does some things that drives you nuts, but he also does some things you just can't teach. His quickness, man, off the floor on a speed guard. I mean, ex Pinson has some speed.
Here's Glover knifing his way into the paint. Castleton has it jostled away, and Askew goes the other way.
Perry doesn't have one guy available today that has played in a Kentucky uniform until this year. That is almost unheard of and extremely uncommon.
Bad pass from Alvarado, run out for Kentucky.
Locker gets down the floor in transition, and he'll get his without being a focal point of the offense. Garrett over the top, the pass deflected away, and back comes Kentucky.